Shalom, shalom. To the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokak Quadash. The one to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth from the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Alright, just tooting the horn, blowing the horn a little, y'all. I'm a little late on this here, but I've been seeing it, but I wanted to make just blowing and tooting the horn a little, y'all. That's all I'm doing, right? Concerning Trump and Nigeria, and we're gonna get into it and just speak a little bit. Let Trump speak a little bit about and others concerning the real reason. It say Trump's strike on ISIS terrorists in Nigeria sparks panic in Africa. So, in other words, who's better than Esau, Edom, the wicked of the earth, the so-called white man, in storing shit? It's already proxy wars already in the so-called Middle East, right? They're everywhere. So, all Trump doing, I mean, who supports these people? ISIS, the so-called terrorists, right? ISIS this, ISIS it. Let America's the one that funds these so-called ISIS terrorist groups. Let's ask Google. Let's see. I think I done this about a week ago. Let's see. Let me see something here. But like they be changing the response up when as I ask. Let's see something here. What did I say? Does America fund the ISIS terrorist groups in the Middle East? Sarah usually talk, y'all. She didn't talk. Let me read. United States does not fund the ISIS terrorist group. Instead, official U.S. policy and law are focused on countering, disrupting, and defeating ISIS and its financial network. Let me read a little on. Providing material support to to designated foreign terrorist organizations, the FTO, like ISIS, is a serious crime under U.S. federal law, punishable by severe penalties, including long prison sentence and significant. Key aspects of the U.S. approach include designation and sanctions. The U.S. Department of Treasury designates individuals and entities that provide financial and logistical support to ISIS, blocking. Let's see something, y'all. How am I gonna add this in on? I'm trying to. Cause the other night I asked this question, but I forgot how I asked it, and they actually gave me a legitimate answer. Look like they didn't change it around though. Hey, what do you expect in America, Babylon? Confusion, more confusion, and more confusion. So hey, let's get into the video.
As Trump orders a powerful strike on ISIS-linked terrorists in Nigeria. Alarm bells are ringing. Neighboring Niger braces for possible spillover, retaliation, and a rapidly shifting security landscape. Niger, once a key U.S. partner, is now under the control of a Russia-leaning military leadership.
That's not me, y'all. That's not
already tense region. Panic and anxiety have gripped the African continent ever since Donald Trump ordered a deadly strike on Islamic State targets in Nigeria. The alarm of a widening regional security crisis is spreading fast. Nigeria's neighboring nations are now witnessing ripple effects. Niger has now moved to mobilize, approving sweeping emergency powers.
You know what? Let me do this right here, right quick. Right? Let me bag this up. Let me see do it still do the same thing when it comes to that pausing on this right here, because they was pausing out a whole lot. Let's see do it again.
On ISIS-linked terrorists in Nigeria. Alarm bells are ringing. Neighboring Niger braces for possible spillover, retaliation, and a rapidly shifting security landscape. Niger, once a key U.S. partner, is now under the control of a Russia-leaning military leadership. Geopolitical stakes are high in the already tense region. Panic and anxiety have gripped the African continent ever since Donald Trump ordered a deadly strike on Islamic State targets in Nigeria. The alarm of a widening regional security crisis is spreading fast. Nigeria's neighboring nations are now witnessing ripple effects. Niger has now moved to mobilize, approving sweeping emergency powers that could rapidly place the nation on a war footing. The government in Niger signed a new decree to safeguard territorial integrity, sovereignty, and public safety.
This credit card has an interest rate that's really, really low.
Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you.
The move allows authorities to requisition citizens, property, and services to address internal and external threats. The decree was approved during a Council of Ministers meeting presided over by General Abdul.
Let me do something right quick. Let me do something right. Y'all bear with me. What's the status on Putin, Trump, Nigeria, Trump, damn y'all. That's one thing about Google, but they're not gonna give you enough time to speak what you want to speak. I should have just said, okay, what's the status on Trump dropping bombs in Nigeria? But they don't want to talk no more, y'all. No, she used to give me a good, let's see something here. It said U.S. bombs targets ISIS in Nigeria. What's really going on? Y'all bear with me. Let me see something. It says Trump says northern strikes are related to Christian genocide, but attacks on Christian farmers have occurred in a different part of the country. Boy, I tell you, he dealt him, boy. You talking about can throw some BS out there? The United States has launched powerful and deadly strikes against groups it claims were affiliated with ISIS in Nigeria. President Trump said on Thursday the unprecedented Christmas Day strikes came after weeks of accusation from Trump and top Republicans about an alleged Christian genocide. Hey, this is the same rhetoric, which is full of nothing but lies, that Trump did before he started taking those tankers over there in Venezuela. It was all about drug running and running from Venezuela to America, and we found out that it wasn't about no drugs. It was about what? It was about oil, which I and many others have said it was about, which was oil. Let's get into it.
Rahman Tiani. Under the ordinance, citizens would be required to respond immediately to call-ups, comply with requisitions, report hostile foreign nationals or obstructive activities, and refrain from communications that could undermine mobilization efforts. The authorities in Niger also plan to launch a nationwide civic awareness campaign aimed at strengthening patriotism and clarifying citizens' duties toward the state. U.S. fear or internal crisis. The stakes are higher than ever. Niger, once ruled by a pro-U.S. leader, is now ruled by a Russia-leaning military junta, adding new geopolitical tension to an already volatile region. The mobilization decision comes as Niger continues to face insurgencies in the Sahel. Just days ago, the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, comprising Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso.
You tell me Trump not that cruel Lord, man? That's what the scriptures speak about. Trump is definitely that cruel Lord, man. Because he's what? Trump is reckless as hell. I mean, he's just bombing shit left and right and just making up lame stories as they go. Just make it up as they go, man. They getting sloppier and sloppier with their so-called tactics, but the world is on to Esau Edom now. The world is on to them. You know, they usually can blanket the whole world and make their lies seem, hey, to give talk. Let me put it that way. To give talk, having half and half saying this and half saying that. As long as nobody really knows the truth, they can get away with it. But the world is on to their wickedness now. So, hey, it's only a matter of time, man. That the Lord is going to the greatest storytelling is the scriptures, the Bible. The Bible predicts all of the madness that you see, whether it's over here in Babylon, America, or whether it's over there in the so-called Middle East. The Heavenly Father, everything is going to escalate in the correct manner, that as it should. These people are going to go in the field the wrath of the Lord, man, real soon.
Formally launched a 5,000-strong joint military force known as the United Force of the AES, FUAES. The force was inaugurated at a ceremony in Bamako, attended by Mali's leader Assimi Goïta. It is commanded by Burkina Faso's General Daouda Traoré and headquartered in Niamey. The joint military force is designed to conduct joint counter-terrorism operations, enhance border security, and improve intelligence sharing, marking a step toward collective defense among the three junta-led countries. The three nations, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, have distanced themselves from Western partners and the economic...
From Western partners. So what do they want to do, y'all? Huh? You think those them colonizers was going for that, right? You think they're going for that? I mean, hell, they with Putin now, because this video here name is Putin friendly Niger on alert, mobilizes forces as Trump's Nigeria strike ignites new conflict fears. Let's read a few comments right quick, y'all, before I continue with this here. Someone says, y'all forgive me, I can't read all these old weird names, y'all, because y'all know the African folks over there in the so-called Middle East. We stand with what? With AES all over West Africa, regardless of the leaning of our puppet leaders. Gotta apply. He said all over Africa and all over the black world. There you go with that black shit, y'all. Trump, I don't know the name. Trump, why not bomb Beijing for killing Christians in America? I guess he meant, no, Armenia. I'm sorry. Armenia armed by Israel and were in Turkey. Ooh, Lord. Man, if you tell me America or Babylon it's still not that golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. Trump got these people fearing him, boy. They know he'll fool though. They fear him. Boy, ain't but one person I seen Trump back away from, and that's Putin. Those Chinese, I think, well, I don't think I know. Them Chinese have more of a dealing with Venezuela than Russia do. Right? That and I think China, I know China is getting involved with the Venezuelan portion of them not receiving their oil and what the blockage. I seen a couple of videos and using. Hey man, listen man, y'all know this is all these videos here that they have on these damn networks. You know, a lot of this shit is you know, you have to use discernment and cause sometimes I just let the video do what it do or whatever, and then just report on it. But you know, sometimes I speak on it, but I don't have a time all the time to be speaking on that shit, cause you know videos already be long as hell, and I be trying cause when you got to explain and do this here and that. Y'all should be aware that America has AI, and a lot of shit is fake, a lot of shit is false, and sometimes you can use either or in what and explaining in what and giving your point concerning what's about to take place. So no matter how much they create distractions and confusion, the Lord is still gonna do what He's gonna do. Meaning what? Meaning this place will no longer real soon exist. So a couple more. Elizabeth Vega says, so now the Duni demon is deleting people in Nigeria. Rafael Madias says Russia, China, and Iran should support Africa against the criminal and terrorist U.S. and Zionist regime who wanted violence across Africa. Yeah, see, who's better at doing that than America? What that 12 in Ecclesiasticus 12 in verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with what? With his lips, but in his heart he imagining how to throw thee into a pit, meaning the grave. Who have shedded more blood and deleted more people than what? Than America. Let me say American Christians, right? To throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. He never said they're not satisfied. They got all the money that they could ever want, right? They have all they damn near possess the damn entire planet. But guess what? They still want more. They want your soul. They want what the Heavenly Father only control, which is your spirit. These are the times that we're heading in, and this is what these devils are trying to do. The MOTB/New World Order. This is what we're heading in. But guess what? Casper Dog say Mr. Peace Prize. Yeah, Alpha and Omega. Let me see. Alexis Francis say, but it's okay to delete Christians in Lebanon, Syria, and Gaza, right? They're all running scared. All Africa country, wake up for real. You're going too far, mister. Stay away from these people. The Most High judgment is coming to damn Erica. Ooh. The Most High judgment coming to all y'all real soon. This reporter is not sincere. Why call a patriotic leader of the sovereign nation Russia ruling military junta reporters like this that denegates heroes of the people but uphold dictators discuss as Democrats are what are the biggest problem humanity faces. Era of Western propaganda machine is over. See, everybody's on to or the West in their lies and their madness. Trump is not in Nigeria to root out any terrorists or to save Christians. He's there to counter Chinese influence in Nigeria. Use Nigeria to what? To get to AES and to control Nigeria's sources. Tinubu is a Western gatekeeper and a Judas of Africa. He's going down in history as an enemy of the people. Stop lying to the public, because era of Western supported media is over. See that? What I just said. See, you can always find some juicy stuff up in here in these comments. Let's hear a little more.
Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. While authorities have not announced immediate full mobilization, the new legal framework gives the government the option to escalate quickly if security threats intensify. This highlights the junta's focus on internal cohesion and regional solidarity amid ongoing instability. Niger's decision comes after Trump pulled the trigger on the Muslim nation of Nigeria on Christmas after accusing the country of killing Christians. U.S. Africa Command.
All lies. All lies. And y'all know he lies. If adversary, Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there. And though he would pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. That's a miracle all day, y'all. He would shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Meaning he'll switch up on your ass so quick with that damn paper. 1 minute he'll sign it, and the next minute he taking it and tearing it up and throwing it in the trash can and bombing your ass.
Said it conducted the strikes in Sokoto State, which borders Niger to the north.
The U.S. Department of War shared a video of the American military's strikes on ISIS targets in Nigeria. The 8-second video shows a missile launched by the American military that reportedly hit the target. Donald Trump, in a Truth Social post, said, "The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not..."
And this is the same thing he did when Iran got hit. Said that he hit the target, that he hit what he had, and he did what he did, and blah 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 whatever. And turns out that they didn't do as much damage as he claimed that they did. So who knows, right? Who knows the truth concerning the what he say tonight? At my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS, terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians. Lies at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, there was the Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes as only the United States is capable of doing. Only. You sure about that? Huh? Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. But they still trying to get that war with Iran in it, man.
Not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, too, shared the video on his X account and wrote, "The president was clear last month. The killing of innocent Christians in Nigeria and elsewhere must end. The Department of War is always ready, so ISIS found out tonight, on Christmas. More to come. Grateful for Nigerian government support and cooperation."
Lies, lies, lies. Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Just like they're what? They're gathering up. You know, you all think that the MOTB is going to be the over here only in America. No, this thing gonna be nationwide. And this is the last and final run, just before the big bang, right? Again, they encourage themselves in an evil manner, right? With that evil manner, the most that we'll really worry about at this present moment would be the New World Order. And the New World Order consists of the MOTB. That's C-HIP. They commune, meaning they gather together of laying snares. This is what Esau eats. This is what they do. This is what they best. They are that's part of Esau's blessing, to be able to trick and fool you and through lies. That's the devil on the earth, which is Esau, which is so-called white man. They are what? They are very, very, very good and cunning when it comes to putting lies together for the people to believe. Because most of y'all believe damn near everything come out their mouth. Said hell to pay. Trump leads lots American strikes radical Islamic terrorists.
Merry Christmas. According to the Associated Press, the armed groups in Nigeria include at least 2 affiliated with ISIS, an offshoot of the Boko Haram extremist group
Let's get
known
down.
as
I'm
the
tired of
Islam.
hearing all that. Let's get down a little bit right here, y'all.
Carried out airstrikes on Islamic State in Nigeria. President Donald Trump announced on social media. In a Truth Social post, Trump said ISIS had been targeting and viciously killing innocent Christians. Trump said, tonight, at my direction as...
Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Let's go here. I thought I heard a speech. Hold on. What, y'all?
to pay, and tonight there was.
You know what? Let's go to this video right here. I'm tired of hearing that crap. Here we go right here, right? Listen, now this is Trump. Did he not say? He said Trump announces Christmas Day strikes on ISIS members in Nigeria. Now remember he said this here. Hold up. For some reason it ain't playing. Y'all bear with me, y'all. Gotta get the mics right. They won't let it go.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. No more wars. No more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all. I am the candidate of peace. I am peace.
We are learning new details about...
Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when he said that? Let's see something. Don't let they got too many. Let's see something. Okay, here we go. Harry says, it's funny because you make this terrorist, now you are the one unmaking. Tempt T. Boone say the same person is the 2 worst U.S. president in history somehow. That's not what I wanted. OMG knew it after the African student I live with was Muslim. They went and charged African religions with 2 that never get along with. Well done. They really were the leading whites in horror ways. Start the government, but Africa has been used bad. I'm just reading it as it is, y'all. It's not my bad English. We don't know the real Africa. You need to ask why. Let's go to the video.
the deadly strike operation that President Trump says he ordered on Islamic State terrorists in Nigeria. Listen to this.
Yeah, we'll get into all of the claims that they've made, but Donald Trump, the peace president, has once again delivered peace, or at least pieces of people and buildings blown apart by our weapons in yet another country around the world, because the peace president seemingly can't go more than 2 or 3 weeks without starting another foreign conflict. In this particular case, as you saw, it is in Nigeria over what he is calling a genocide against Christians in that country, which we're going to dive into the facts, see if we can figure out what's really going on. But Cenk, let's start with your 2 cents.
Yeah, so wait till you see what's actually happening in Nigeria. This idea of Muslim versus Christian is kind of hilarious. There's some of that going on, but there's such a wide variety. I can't wait to tell you about it now that I know all about Nigerian politics and tribalism and bandits and the different kinds of attacks that are happening there. So that's part of the story. I think that, unfortunately, Israel is another part of this story. Even though it's Nigeria, it's always Israel, and I'll explain how. And of course, the hypocrisy of Trump on anti-war is enormous. We have a poll about it in a minute for you. And John's 3rd or 4th cent here is that he knows why this happened, and I'm very curious about that as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you have read up a lot and become...
Let's get to why it happened. Let's see something. Y'all bear with me. Okay, here we go right here. I think that's the same letter that Trump had.
He posted this. This is Christmas Day. He launched this conflict. That's great. Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, we launched a...
I don't want to hear it no more. Let's hold it, y'all. Y'all bear with me. We want to get to the point concerning the real reason behind it. Here we go. Right here.
John Roberts had on Ryan Brown, the CEO of Open Doors U.S., an organization supporting persecuted Christians. And take a look at this.
Yesterday, my husband...
Bear with me, y'all. Then they got to get their freakism in.
Yeah, Open Doors keeps track of Christians who are killed around the world in religious violence. Here's your statistics. For 2025, 4,476 Christians murdered so far worldwide. 3,100 of them in Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria is a...
The numbers games, y'all. The number game. Here we go. The number games.
Country that the United States has a fairly close relationship with. Does this president need to step up and do more, or does the United States at large need to do more? I mean, what could the U.S. do to try to stem the killings?
I love the distinction he makes between the president doing more and the United States doing more. Like Donald Trump's going to fly over there and deal with it single-handedly or something. But anyway, they're hoping to get the United States military involved. More conflicts. Good for Fox News, good for the defense industry and all of that. And almost immediately after that segment aired, which Donald Trump was obviously watching because he's never not watched.
But people really truly be falling for this right here, though. For the most part, most Americans, they fall for this here, and this is the type of stuff that they look forward to hearing, right? Because a lot of Americans these days they're miserable as hell. Why they so miserable? Because everything is high. They can't get a decent meal. Now they can't pay their rent. Can't pay their car notes. Their vehicle getting taken. Soon will be a shortage of oil. Listen, man, it's 2026, man. Y'all get ready. Get ready.
Watching TV, he posted this on...
I guess you can't get ready to rap for the Lord. So I pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and not Jesus, y'all. Because you praying for Jesus, your help will not come. Because the same motherfucker you praying, the same blonde hair, blue eyes, so-called white man you praying for, those are the same ones that are going to be the what? Bringing that hell down on your head.
On to Truth Social, saying that if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, Apparently, the Christians are the only ones that need to be protected. The other people dying there, it doesn't matter. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria, and may, this is going to be a literal verbatim quote in case you're listening, and may very well go into that now disgraced country guns a-blazing, the President of the United States says, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. He's saying basically there's cherished Christians warning the Nigerian government better move fast. So he waited about 6 weeks. I guess that's...
So in other words, he was doing what? He trying to what? He want them to delete one another. Huh? Just to make it up as you go. Warn people, you know, in other words, just be the bully. Just be the bully. That's what the colonizers do, y'all. They be what? They make it up, and then they want, well, you need, let's hear that again. You all better do something. Let's wind that back a little bit right about here.
Quote, in case you're listening. And may very well go into that now disgraced country guns a-blazing, the President of the United States says, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. He's saying basically there's cherished Christians warning the Nigerian government better move fast.
The Nigerian government better move fast. See, that's justification for what they be doing. Huh? And this was November the 1st of 2025. So now what? Now he justified dropping what? Them damn bombs.
So he waited.
Let's get this part of this precept here, which is Psalm 64 and 6. And it reads, "They search out iniquities; they accomplish a diligent search." Right? Meaning they are good. Who is better than Esau Edom in researching out evil, snares? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them, the heart, meaning the mind, is deep.
In about 6 weeks, I guess that's something. And they did these strikes, killing at least 5 people, leaving over 30 seriously wounded. And I think at this point, Jake, we should probably get into the conversation around this, because the reason that he seems to be interested in this is the reason that Fox News was interested in it, is that they can spin a very selective interpretation of the conflict to make it seem as if this is people hunting down Christians. And, of course, the right is always looking for opportunities to feel that they are an aggrieved minority. That's why they are saying this about Nigeria. It's why they have pretended there's this genocide against white farmers in South Africa. On the Damage Report this morning, I pointed out that I also think it's convenient to them to have these narratives at a time when they've probably begun to feel, after a couple of years of what's going on with Gaza, kind of feel like maybe they're on the wrong side of this whole thing. These people sticking up for Palestinian kids who are being killed certainly look like the good guys in this story. Wouldn't it be good if they had a conflict they could pretend puts them on the right side of calling out genocide? So what do you know? What is a fairly complicated civil conflict in Nigeria gets reinterpreted as a genocide against Christians, which is more palatable for their domestic audience.
But the Palestinians, the over there in Gaza, that the the small hatters are the leading, which is a greater and significant number of people, and it still continues. And guess what? Why haven't Trump dropped anything over there or stopped them from doing that version of what they say is a so-called genocide? Why haven't they stopped them? Boy, I tell you, the devil is something else. The devil on the earth, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, they are something else. Let me go down a little bit, y'all. I'm not gonna play through the whole thing. This is what I wanted to hear him. This is what I wanted to hear right here. Oh, he came back up anyway. Bear with me.
Audience, but what do you think?
Yeah, so we're going to play a series of macabre, fun games here about this, okay? Because all this is disastrous, but we're going to nevertheless do a poll about it, and I'm going to poll John, and he doesn't know the geography of Nigeria apparently as well as I do, so that'll be fun, and you can play along as well. The first poll is on TYT.com, and we're asking, when Trump said he was anti-war, what did he mean? A, I'm going to bomb Iran. B, I'm going to bomb Nigeria. C, I'm going to bomb Venezuela. D, I'm going to bomb every country I can think of and see if I can still get people to believe I'm anti-war. Okay,
ding,
so
ding, ding.
Okay, that's
and that's exactly what he's done. That's exactly what he's doing. He's what? He's just bombing people and claiming that they're what? That they're, like they're resolving the problem, or they coming in to help someone. They're coming in to help you all. But when the devil come in, or devil of the earth, Esau, Edom come in, and he's claiming to help you, you best believe, boy, that help is going to be what? It's going to turn out to be your detriment of all your resources that you may have. Huh?
One, a lot of bombings for the anti-war president, so take your time with that one on TYT.com. All right, now we move to the interesting little thing that John alluded to there, which was, they said on Fox News there, 3,100 Christians killed in Nigeria. They didn't say who killed them. Oh, that's interesting. So we're going to come back to that in the midst of this quiz and give you a sense of what's happening in Nigeria. First of all, quick fun facts about Nigeria. Split nearly evenly between Christians and Muslims, about 53% Muslim, 45% Christians. Anytime there's a split like that, you're going to have trouble no matter what the religions are, or the backgrounds, or the ethnicities are. And there has been some trouble among those clans. But that is not the only thing dividing Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria is a gigantic country, largest in Africa, 230 million people, 300 different languages.
And most of them was Israelites, y'all. The Israelites. Nigeria, the southern, those are Israelites, y'all. For the most part. Right? Yeah. I knew y'all didn't know that. Most of y'all don't anyway.
Just spoken. That's going to play a big role in what we're going to describe here. All right, so John, there are several different areas of Nigeria. There's the northeast, where there's Boko Haram, a very dangerous Muslim fundamentalist terrorist group, okay? So they're a big problem in northeastern Nigeria, often attacking the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government has Muslims and Christians in it, but it's, again,
Now, who you think is paying them to attack the Nigerian government president? Who you think paying them that? You think Trump them don't have anything, America don't have anything to do with that? Huh? You think they don't have anything to do with that? Come on, man. These people's hands, America's hands is in everything, man. Huh? They in the tiny tops. Hands are in everything. Why? Because they try to take and continue to take until they do what they do. Real quick, let's go to Michael. For this video, I'm trying down. Well, I did it again. Michael 2 in verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. This is all they do is sit around and plot and plan and lie and make up lies as they go to what? To continue their wrath and reign of what? Of nothing but shedding blood and deleting innocent people. This is what they do. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Everything is in the power of their hand for them to do what? To continue to the lies and to what? To steal resources. This is what these red men do and been doing. They're gonna continue to do it until Yahweh Shai, who y'all equally call Jesus, come and what? Take them out. Verse 2 of Michael 2 and 2. And they covered fields, meaning what? Esau, Edom, always taking people land. And in the process of taking land, they take what? Resources. This is what these devils are doing. It's not going to help them in the end, though. And they covet fields and take them by violence. With what? With their military. That's the violence. And what? And deleting what? People. In houses. That goes into their land with what? With their family structures, which is what? All that is what? Within what? But they, what, 9 times out of 10, they're going to bomb them structures and what? Bomb them down. Nowhere to stay. And take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. That'll be us. They took our heritage, it took everything, and what? Now we're in the cast off. The Lord cast us off first and foremost, and we're in the hands of all our enemies. And we are not going to what? Again, not going to get out of our hands of our enemies until Yahweh shall come here and free us out of these people's hands, man. Until then, tighten up your chin strap, because boy, the ride is going to get even more bumpier and bumpier until what? Until you are deleted with what? With that fire. I was going to play some more of this, man, but this video getting too long. Let me hit a few more precepts. I'm going to close this out. Let's go to Habakkuk. What I want, Habakkuk 2. I want 2 as well. Habakkuk 2. Who y'all say? I'm saying Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. They everywhere. They're going to stay everywhere. And they're going to continue their reign of hell here on earth until what? Till the Lord take them out, man. Yeah, ye also, because he transgresseth by wine. That wine goes into what? Their philosophies. Huh? Them Christians over there more just as retarded as they is over here in America with that Jesus shit. Huh? This proved that Esau what is he's in damn near 4 corners doing what? He's that man of sin. That main corporate of wickedness, and going to continue to shed the blood in what? In the manner that he's been shedding it since he's been in power and authority. Ye also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man. Who more proud than Esau, Edom, y'all? No one. Well, hell, I say Eve, him and Eve running neck by neck, but Eve don't run nothing. She thinks she do. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Stay in people's backyard taking their shit. Who enlargeth his desire as hell. That hell goes into what? The grave. Death. And they're going to continue this reign of terror. They're going to continue it. They're going to keep deleting people. Because why? The Heavenly Father, I mean, Esau, Edom, America is still that whooping stick for what? For the Lord. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. He still ain't satisfied. They got all the money that they could want, all the land that they could want, and they still want what? They still want more. But gathereth unto him all nations. Isn't that what they're doing? And soon what? Like I just said earlier concerning the New World Order. They're going to show enough try to what? Gather you in what? And commune with that New World Order that they are what? Trying to gather, put together at this present moment. But gathereth unto him all nations. And heapeth unto him all people. Who has more different nationality than America? No one. No continent. This is what these devils do. Shall not all these take up a what? A parable against him? Real soon. Real soon. You know, make a point. What I want? 35 Numbers. Number 35 concerning this devil here. How the Lord I've not said it several times, can't say it enough though. How the Lord going to concerning that blood, all the blood that Esau Edom has shed, how he's going to, let's read this here. 35, number 35, 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. Man, our blood and bones of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land in America is scattered in the four corners of this place, man. Even in the world, excuse me, y'all, in the world. But over here in America, boy, whew. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. How are we going to cleanse it? And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. That's Esau Edom, the wicked of the earth, the so-called white man. Back over here in verse 6 of Habakkuk 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? All them who? All them who? The other allies and so forth are going to take up a parable against Babylon, which is America. Because why? Because it won't be long that all of the allies are going to, all of the allies and people that are allied with America, they're all going to hate the whore, which is in Revelation 17. Hate the whore. That whore is America, that sit upon many waters. Obadiah 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border for what? For war. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? So all the confusion that Babylon, because America is known as the city of confusion, what that is, Isaiah 24 and 10. America is known for who has more confusion than what in America. Look at it, they got AI now, to spread even more confusion to what? To keep you even docile and dumbed down even more, because when you do see something that's real, you're gonna be questioning it and saying, is it AI? Huh? But their European Union, which is their confederacy / NATO, America going to find themselves at odds with what? With their allies. Back over here in 6 again of Habakkuk 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? Huh? Meaning the taking of resources by what? By force and lies. Woe unto him, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? Asking what? Yahweh Shah, the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. How long before Yahweh, the Father, Yahweh, sent his Son down here to what? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. What's the national debt of America right now? Let's see. What's the national debt of America today?
The U.S. national debt is over $38 trillion as of late December 2025. That figure represents the total outstanding borrowing by the federal government, which has increased by about $1 trillion in just 2 months.
How are they going to pay that back, y'all? They can't pay that back. That's why they stealing resources, taking resources by what? Increasing themselves that which is not his. Right? And that thick clay goes into what? It's called debt. It's debt. And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, which is debt. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee and awake, that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty, meaning possession, unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people. Many nations shall spoil thee. They're going to spoil you because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness to what? To his house, that he may what? May set his nest on high. You know, they think they're above any and all people, especially with their little space program, their little planes flying above the clouds, right? And they satellites sitting up there, what? Watching and being nosy, right? And scoffing and doing what? When I say scoffing, they scoffing in other people's backyards all across the globe, and doing what? Doing wickedness. Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from what? The power of evil. So Esau, Edom, they always think that they can escape the wrath, which is this is their future, which is what? Captivity. They're not going to escape. Excuse me, y'all. They're not going to escape this captivity that what? That the Lord has prepared for him, especially first and foremost by the hands of his people. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by what? By cutting off many people. By what? By colonizing people, man. This is what they still doing, colonizing and taking up resources. And has sinned against thy soul, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establishes a city by iniquity. And who is that, y'all? The Lord. You best believe that the Lord will recompense, which means goes into what? Payback. Right? What that Isaiah 10:1? Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Who have decreed as many unrighteous decrees in America? No one. These people can't keep them tell the truth to save their life. Last but least, let's go to Joel 3. Joel 3 and do a short jump. Actually 3 and 9. Good God, man. Bear with me again, y'all, real quick. Hosea. It's always hard to find this hymn. 3 and 19. And I'm going to close this out. This is Joel 3 and 19. Egypt is what? It's America. Spiritually, Egypt, that's America. Egypt shall be a desolation. And Edom, the so-called white man, shall be a desolate wilderness. For the violence against the children of Judah, that's the reason. Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. And they still continue to what? To shed blood, innocent blood. It's not going to stop, like I said, until what? How about Shem Yahushua come down here to stop them. So that's my little tooting horn for this present moment. I'll see you later on tomorrow. So let's say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah Kudash, Shalom.